Hi, Robin. Hi, Robin. So this is Mimi doing your reading. You have a really interesting chart. Really, really smart person. I also noticed your Mercury, which is thinking and communicating, also in Aquarius. And Aquarius is kind of known for being uh, inventive, revolutionary, um, humanitarian, but very, very much intelligent, articulate, uh, analytical, just really smart. So really interesting chart. You have a sun sign, Aquarius, which is a fixed sign, and your ascendant is also a fixed sign, being Taurus. Taurus gives the impression, and it's very much probably like your nature as well. A little bit stubborn, typical of the fixed signs, but very much about quality versus quantity, facts versus elaborations, or facts over fiction. Your moon is in Cancer, which makes you extremely intuitive and sensitive. So the moon is about emotions. And Cancer is very much about, and Cancer is ruled by the moon. So with that being your aspect, it tends to make you, although you won't show it on the surface with the two fixed signs sort of indicating what you act and look like, your feelings are very, very deep. Family is very, very important to you. Your home and your surroundings are very, very important to you. Again, quality over quantity, um, things like that. So since you don't have a specific question, I'm going to do what's called the Tetragrammaton, which is basically the Hebrew name for God. It's 4 stacks of cards based on Yod He Vav He, and those 4 letters that make up the name of God, Yod He Vav He, they are indicative of the 4 Kabbalistic worlds, which have to do with career or creative endeavors, emotional, romantic relationships, and family relationships, intellectual pursuits, and then lastly, finances, stability, and money. Because you kind of have a nice blend of air and water and earth. Not a whole lot of fire. You do have placements in fire signs, planetary placements in fire signs, but lots of earth, lots of air, lots of water, actually. Your Venus being in Pisces was kind of why I brought up the fact that the romantic life with Venus in Pisces can mean that your romantic life is the source of your greatest joy and your greatest pain, because Pisces feels so much and loves so much. And again, it's very interesting. The moon in Cancer and Venus in Pisces kind of have to be really well hidden and kept intact by the veneer of the sun sign in Aquarius and the ascendant in Taurus. So it's very interesting. I'm going to be using the Thoth deck. This was a deck that was created, a design painted by Lady Frida Harris. And of course, Aleister Crowley is the person who came up with the concepts behind it, but they both are very learned occult practitioners, were very learned occult practitioners. So we'll start with the Tetragrammaton. This will basically tell us, based upon your major arcana card, which is the star. The star is for Aquarius, your sun sign. We're going to find out in what Kabbalistic world your Aquarius star should be focused, regardless of what you have consciously on your mind at the moment. This is where the universe is telling you should be focusing your attention in which of these 4 Kabbalistic worlds. And again, these Kabbalistic worlds are represented by the first letter, or the Hebrew letter, which make up the name of God in the Hebrew alphabet. And then we'll get into a general Celtic cross reading. The Celtic cross reading is a nice general one. It covers everything. It covers what's on your mind, what the foundation for the reasoning is behind what's on your mind, that kind of thing. So despite what's on your mind, we're going to find out what universe, what spirit wants you to be focusing on. Okay? This is for Robin. I don't know why that letter fell just now. Maybe you need to change to Geico. That was a Geico letter. And please excuse my nails, they're horrible. All right. Yod, Hey, Vav, Hey. These are the three. Yod, Hey, Vav, Hey, because Hebrew's backwards. Okay? And these are the four Kabbalistic worlds. This is Atziluth. Atziluth is the Kabbalistic world that has to do with career, creative endeavors, action, any kind of goals that you have. Bria here is the second, the Yod and the Hey, the first Hey. The Yod is Atziluth, the Hey is Bria. And Bria has to do with your relationships. It's a water element, so it has to do with romance, family, love, friendships, feelings, intuition, things like that. This is Yetzirah, and Yetzirah is an air element. It has to do with intellectual pursuits, which is very important to you. I don't know if that's what the universe is wanting you to focus on, or what spirit is wanting you to focus on, but it's very important to you. And then lastly, this is Asya, and Asya is the Kabbalistic world that has to do with the element of earth. So this is health and wealth, basically. You know, you can't do much without money, and you can't do much without health. Okay, so let's see where you end up. We're looking for the star card. Every astrological sign has an associated or major arcana card, and yours is the star. So let's see, where does the star end up? Star is yours. Star is represented by Aquarius. Aquarius' ruling planet actually has two, but it's most known for Uranus. Uranus is a unpredictable energy. Planets are considered an energy. And you're not here, so there's not a particular goal or career movement on your mind at the moment, or in Spirit's mind for you. Now we're checking Bria. Bria is again the water element, and this is the Kabbalistic world of relationships, love, things of this nature. I gotta watch the time. And you are not in here either. Yetzirah, and here you are. Okay, so this is your card. Wow. This is your card, the star card. Oh, can you see that? There you go. You received it in reverse, and you received it in what would be not really that surprising in Yetzirah, which is the world of intellect, intellectual pursuits. And you got it in reverse. It could be that you are, there could be something that you're focusing on mentally. You're putting a lot of mental energy into thinking a lot. There could be a training that you're taking, but it feels more to me that we're talking about something with your thoughts. You are really investing a lot of mental energy into something. Could be something you're worried about, and that's why it's in the reverse. The reverse tends to be the lower octave of this card, right? It could also mean that you are approaching at 100%. So in other words, the downfall, when a card comes up in reverse, it usually has to do with the lower octave of that card. This is Aquarius. The star is Aquarius in its reverse element. And this could very well be. The lower octave of Aquarius tends to be aloofness, distancing themselves, and 100% logic. Cold, clear logic, which is important, but it's not everything. And if you're using that 100% to the detriment, in other words, if you're using complete logic and analysis, complete right brain, right? If you excuse me, left brain. If you're 100% doing that, you are suffering because you are not taking advantage, particularly with your Cancer, your moon in Cancer. You're not using the intuitive part. Every human has intellect, and I know for most zodiac signs that are an intellectual, analytically based, methodically based sign, like Capricorn and like Aquarius. The instinct is to be facts and figures only. You know, don't give me any feelings. I need to know facts. Well, feelings actually are part of the human experience, the sentient life experience. And so when you use logic, facts and figures to the exclusion of feeling, which is an intelligence, intuition, feeling, gut, instinct. There's something to be said for instinct. In our scientific world, we gloss over that, but really it is an important thing, okay? So you might be, Spirit wants you to focus on something, on your thoughts, but don't do it 100% from a perspective of intellect, because it's not all about that. You need to focus on trusting your intuition. Whatever it is you're thinking about, and whatever it is you're focusing your mental energy on, whether you're learning something or you are spending a lot of time, like I said, investing a lot of time focusing on something and thinking about something, you're doing it to the detriment. You are investing 100% analytical analysis, your intellect, figures, facts, and things like that. Sorry, I'm not finding the right word. Not enough coffee in my system. Universe and Spirit is asking you to go with instinct as well. Intuition and instinct. Don't be too removed from what it is that you are thinking about, or the problem that you're trying to solve, whatever this problem is in your life. Don't feel above it. Don't be separated from it. You're very much a part of it. This could be a negative pattern in your life that you do. Maybe this is a bad habit, or a repeated behavior that has hindered you in the past. And it could be the fact that you do not rely on intuition and instinct and wholeheartedly put everything in facts and figures. So Spirit, again, I'm belaboring the point here, but Spirit is asking you to balance that. Balance the instinct and the intuition, okay? As well as the analytical side, as the intelligent side, as in the facts and figures. Because that is the best way to reach whatever goal it is that you're seeking here, whatever it is you're thinking on or focusing on, okay? I hope that's making this. I mean, again, I don't know what your question is, and this is very general. So, Yetzirah has to do with intellect and thought, which usually has to do with some kind of education or training, or what you're focusing your thoughts on, what you're literally thinking about, okay? And you're going about it on the low octave of Aquarius, which is a separation from the whole self, which includes the intuition, okay? So don't negate feelings that you have about something in favor of 100% facts and figures. Okay, I won't belabor it any longer. Is my mug cool? I love my mug. Okay, let's get into the actual reading because I just sucked up a lot of time on that. Me going hum. Okay, so we're going to do a Celtic cross spread here. If I need clarification, I've got some oracle cards based on archetypes and Egyptian mythology. Jungian archetypes as well. I've also got runes, pagan runes and traditional Nordic runes, Norse runes. Okay, Celtic cross for Robin. Again, general reading. Don't know exactly what we're looking at here, but let's go. This is what is the center of things right now, and it's the Prince of Discs. The Prince is a king. The king are fixed signs, and that is Taurus. So if this could be you, and how you present yourself to the world. That seems to be, there's an issue here with that. No, this is first and foremost on your mind. I guess it's how you're presenting yourself to the world. This is the energy around it, which is justice. Okay? The foundation for this is the devil, which is the Saturn card, Capricorn. Saturn is about limitations. It's not all negative. It's just about the five senses, the physical world, what is manifested, and the limitations that go with things that are manifested. You know, like what goes up must come down. Time degrades things, that kind of thing. The limitations of the physical world. Here's what's on your mind. I think you're feeling stagnant. This is the Eight of Cups. It's called indolence. Crowley called this the morning after the night that never really happened. So it seems like you're feeling, dull, stuck. You feel stuck. You feel stuck. And the center of this is the Taurus card, which is your ascendant sign, which is what you present to the world. And it's in the upright position, and the energy surrounding it, either helping it or hindering it. But because it's in the upright, I would tend to think that it's helping it, is justice. Justice, or adjustment, in this case with the Crowley deck or the Thoth deck. Adjustment or justice has to do with, obviously, the balancing of things, the fairness of things. So we'll go further with this. And again, the foundation with this has to do with the limitations of the physical world, and the perfection of something. Okay? This is recent past. Ruin. So again, don't know what your question is or what your concern is, but the archetypes are coming up that have to do with either some kind, you feel as though you've been fucked over, stabbed in the back. It's a very violent card. Again, swords are air, and air is the world of Yetzirah, which is what the Spirit is telling you to focus on. And perhaps this is what you've been thinking about, and that's why your card was in reverse in that world. Are you focusing a lot on a pain that you've experienced, and very unfair pain? In other words, were you really fucked over and you're having difficulty letting that go? That could be what Spirit was communicating in the Tetragrammaton earlier. This could be what you're focusing and investing your mental energy into, is this past event. All right, near future is the Knight of Swords. This is the Gemini card. This could be a Gemini in your life. This could be an ex-partner. It's in the upright, and since this is in the past, I would tend to think that this is a more positive thing, because Gemini is a mutable sign and it's an intelligent sign. And it's actually a nice match for Aquarius, and for your Venus placement. So if we are talking about something romantic here, it would seem to me that you've been focusing on the past a little bit too much because you're stuck. You're feeling stuck. You're focusing literally on what your eyes can see, your nose can smell, your ears can hear, and your fingers can feel, and so forth. The other sense I can't think of right now. Your ears can hear? I care. You're literally focusing on that. That is the foundation for this feeling here. It has a lot to do with your image. You're feeling stuck with this. Maybe there's something about what you're putting out about yourself, whether it's your look, you know, like your visual look to others, or whether it is the way you act, present yourself. Perhaps that's been the way it has been in relationships. And based on your chart, your seventh house is about relationships, you and the other, particularly romantic relationships, and that's in Scorpio for you, which is a very passionate sign. So perhaps in the past, you haven't really explored that side of yourself, or weren't allowed to, based upon being fucked over here in the past, because that's kind of what I'm getting here, is you were fucked over. Again, I don't know if it's spiritual, if it's intellectual, if it's occupational, if it is romantical. I don't know. But something of this has to do, there's a Gemini in your future. It's either a Gemini in energy, ruled by Mercury, which is an intellectual energy, intelligent energy, communicative energy. Mercury is the messenger of the gods. Or it is a person. Could be you. Could be you're changing up your the way that you communicate to people. Let's find out a little bit more. This is the situation. You're not happy. So this is the Nine of Cups. Tends to be the wishes fulfilled, but you got it in reverse. So right now in your life, although nothing's bad and nothing's good, there's no joy and there's no happiness. Okay? This is how other people see you. So this is the Nine of Coins. It's called gain. They feel like you're stuck too. In other words, you're not hiding anything. People can tell that you're feeling unhappy and stuck. You're not hiding it at all. I mean, I seriously doubt you're whining to everybody. That's not your style, but not just because I know you, but your zodiac, your natal chart would indicate you're not a whiner at all. This is how this is how it is. You're not happy, and this is how others see you, which is not happy. You're not hiding it. This is what you want, your hopes and fears, which is swiftness. You want something to happen. This is the Eight of Wands. Okay, this is Mercury and Sagittarius. So in the zodiac are the constellation of Sagittarius, which is it's ruled by Jupiter. It's an expansive, moving energy, right? And Mercury is also a moving energy, or moving planet. So swiftness isn't appropriate, and it's fire as well. So air with fire, which feeds fire. Okay. So it is indicating to me that your hopes, and maybe your fears as well, this is your hopes and fears position. Your hope is that something happens, and fast and highly energetically, to jolt you out of whatever it is you're in. Again, I don't know what it is, but you're wanting something to change. You're wanting a message possibly as well. In other words, you might be wanting to hear from something or someone about something you want, which is change. You want to change. Here's the outcome. So you got the Knight of Cups in reverse. So the Knight of Cups, Knights are generally mutable signs, as is the Knight of Swords. That tends to be a Pisces. It's in reverse, which is the lower octave of Pisces. Now, you have an important placement in Pisces, and that is your Venus. And Venus has a lot to do with romantic relationships and finances, value, money, surroundings. But notably, and particularly since we're talking about that as a person here, it looks as though it's something to do with romance. Now, this is not set in stone. Everything is completely bows to free will. Okay, so the way things are now, the way you're operating, okay, your attitude, what you're focusing on, again, tetragrammaton, that four pile spread we did earlier, putting you in the reverse, going only on facts and figures, and possibly negatively investing a lot of mental energy into something. And this could be what this is in your past, something you were hurt, whether it was at work, whether it was in family, friends. But this is the card of being stabbed in the back. This is being fucked over. and you feel stuck. You're like stuck in this pain. Either you feel justice wasn't done, or you're waiting for justice to happen for you to move on. But with these two cards, especially, Mercury ruling both of them, there's a message, there's something you need to hear from someone. Okay? And based on all of this, it's either a Pisces that you dealt with that's on the lower octave in your past, and that's the pain you're feeling, or it's your energy that something you're refusing to look at, which we tend to do as humans. Our ego doesn't want us to look at the shadow, just using Jungian theory here, at the shadow side of ourselves, because it's not our best side, right? So we tend to play it down a little bit, but that could be hurting you in this situation. Something about your nature having Venus in Pisces, or a Pisces in your life. So there's either a communication you need to hear or get, or you need to give to change whatever this outcome is. Or something you need to look at that you may not want to about yourself that could change this. The cards are pretty clear. Again, don't know what the question is. I hope the message helped you. I really do. I think it's pretty clear that in the Tetragrammaton, again, the 4 piles, Spirit is asking you to change the way you're looking at something. And considering this is your past card, and swords are mental energy. This is the 10 of Swords, which is, again, you've been fucked over card. The stabbed in the back card. I would tend to think it could be that you're investing a lot of mental energy into some past hurt, and it's not allowing you to move on, which, again, if you continue to do this, this is the layout that we have. If you're waiting for some justice to happen, in other words, if you've been fucked over and justice hasn't happened, you're stubbornly sitting here stagnantly, and you will not move on. You will not, the outcome won't be what you want because you're sitting in this old hurt. Remember I was saying you could be very, very hurt by things. You're very sensitive, but you won't show it. That's, I think, what this is speaking to. So if there is some kind of injustice that was done to you, and you are waiting for justice, or you're waiting for someone to say the right thing to make it right, because of this old pain you're focusing on, it might be actually time to let the need for that go, mourn it, let it go, and move on. Because this is not whatever you're focusing on negatively here to your detriment, okay, is not serving you at all. In fact, it's really screwing you up. It's making you stuck, absolutely stuck. See, this is not a good card. All the colors of this have an occult attribution, but if you can just look at it and tell it that it's stagnancy. That's not healthy water. The water's not flowing from cup to cup. You know, the foliage is dying. You know, here's the Saturn element as well. Saturn's color is black. Saturn rules this card. This is Saturn in this is Saturn in Pisces. This is the limiting this is the limiting part of Pisces, which is your Venus placement. This might be about love. Again, I don't know exactly, but it just feels like it's about romance or relationships. And here's a Saturn card, which is, again, what you know, what you've experienced, yada, yada, yada. And you go by that. Saturn is your co-ruler as an Aquarius. And here we have Saturn in Pisces, which is kind of, as you can see by the coloration and the depiction on the card, the lower octave of Pisces. You got your Pisces card in reverse. Again, you're not a Pisces, I know, but your Venus is in Pisces. So that's why I tend to think this is about an old romantic pain. And you're wanting to hear something. You're wanting to hear from them. You're wanting it to be made right. Especially this Taurus in you. Your ascendant. Damn it, make it right. It's just not fucking fair. It needs to be fair. The scales need to be balanced. Well, that may not happen. Think big picture. If you believe in reincarnation like I do, think big picture. This could be some lesson you needed to learn and not have resolution on, and that sucks. From people don't get what's coming to them, that absolutely fucking sucks. Excuse my language, but I'm a cursor. But you got to let it go, because if you don't, nothing's moving forward. Okay, that's it. Sorry, I actually have to start my shift. So I hope this helped you. I really, really do. If you have questions or need clarification on the chart that I sent you or this reading, please feel free to reach out to me, and you know how to get me. All right, Robin. Thank you so much. Have a good one.